Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Nathan Church, joined by my my play-by-play man, Alex Staub. We are at the beautiful campus of Eureka College at the Reagan Athletic Complex on the Christine Bernardi Bullwinkle Convocation Center and Arena on Dave Darnell Court. This evening we have the visitors, the Knox College Prairie Fire out of Galesburg, Illinois, and the Midwest Athletic Conference, and your Eureka Red Devils, who within the last week have posted a 1-4 record in the last week. I know we've had some tactical difficulties over the past week, but we are live, we are here, and we are glad you're joining us. So, as we look at tonight's match, Alex, you have starters, by the way?
We have not been presented starting lineups yet, but it looks like Interim Director of Athletics Brian Moore might have them on hand. So we'll try and get you those before first serve.
Okay. Anyhow, back to the stuff at hand. The 1-3 record had not necessarily given the correct picture, because if you read the articles online, the Red Devils took Westman to four games.
Sets, I believe.
And before that, the Monmouth game that was here, our opening match here, was a very tight match. I mean, it was a seesaw back and forth. So you never know.
And let's talk about that Monmouth match for a moment, because what I like the most about that is the solid core on both sides of local talent. And when you get that good source of local talent on both sides, it makes for a great atmosphere, and anybody that's been to this arena knows that it can get real loud real quick. And with that big of a crowd, it made for a great atmosphere here at Eureka College.
Yes. So
we do have starting lineups.
We do.
They just went up on the live stats.
Okay, and if you would.
Yep. So we're going to go first for the Knox College Prairie Fire. Going to start off, well, I take that back. They have Westminster's starters in from the last time.
Technical difficulties.
So live stats are up and running, but left over with the stats from last game. So we will, folks, make sure to get you those before first serve here tonight, but we are expecting those very shortly.
And if we hear them over the PA from our friend and colleague Brian Moore, we will relay those to you ASAP. We are 6 minutes and 38 seconds from first serve. And if you had to think, if we're looking at this from a perspective of momentum, you have the Red Devils, who have been very, very the record doesn't show in my mind that they are good. They are better than the record states. I think this is a tone setter. You're not coming back home for a month. So I think you have to make a statement here and do it rather quickly in a 3, maybe 4 set match.
And that's the other thing is you look at the fact that it is such a long break between this home match and the next one that you can't necessarily say go off on a high note, because you are obviously coming back eventually, but to kind of go into that quote-unquote road trip, you need that momentum and you need that W, preferably in 3 sets, but if it takes more, so be it.
Yep. So it looks like we are getting ready for pregame intros, but let's look at the week ahead. Obviously, we're here Tuesday playing the Knox College Prairie Fire. Thursday, we have at Iowa Wesleyan, which is a great football game the other night, shameless plug. And then we're at Blackburn, and then neutral site MAC on Saturday at high noon down in Carlinville.
I should point out that Blackburn match I saw on Twitter earlier today was named the SLIAC Match of the Week. So that'll be an interesting one for folks to hear about, live stats, whatever they may have for that one.
And I do believe we will have a link to the live stream through our schedule. So if you remember, curled up next to the TV on a beautiful fall evening like it is tonight, I would encourage that you do that. So we have some I would say, Eureka College dignitaries in the house. We saw Mike Murtaugh in the hospitality room. We also saw Dr. Jamel Santa Cruz Wright, the president, said hello to her. And it's just a fun atmosphere. Not very many students here, but they're getting out of dinner, out of practice. Let's see who we have in attendance here. Dom Parks. And the...
I know we've already mentioned them twice, but we do have to give a sincere shout-out to Brian Moore, because for those folks that weren't here, the match against, I believe, Monmouth, for those, like I said, for those that can't see it, Brian is doing the live stats. He's doing the announcing. He's coordinating all this personnel. Yep. He is essentially the everyman. Well, and he does a lot of great work here, and he keeps them busy, but he's doing a great job at every single role, and we really appreciate him for doing that.
If we think about it, though, we have this saying, and it's a butt of any jokes, but it's the uniquely Eureka experience. I mean, it's what we do around here. Your hands and finger in mini pies, however you want to say that, yeah. But that's how we do. So, 3 minutes 18 seconds. We're going to take a 3-minute 18-second break. We will be back for your Eureka Red Devils in the non-conference action against the Knox College Prairie Fire. Stay right there, pop a bag of popcorn, do what you got to do. We'll be right back. And we are going back to you. Glad to be with you again from the Reagan Athletic Complex, Cursive Menotti Bullwinkle Convocation Center and Arena. I'm Nathan Church, joined by Alex Staub. And we are getting ready for pregame introductions with our very own Brian Moore, who will do intros, or maybe not. Somebody will do pregame intros. But we will do that whenever necessary. And somebody has a mic, I think.
Yep, they got Brian up there at the top of the arena here. He's going to be doing starting lineups in about 25 seconds. Before we do get going, I want to let you know Knox College are in the dark gray, black uniforms, whatever you want to call them, purple numerals and yellow trim. Red Devils in the maroons with white numbers. Here's Brian Moore with the starting lineups and national anthem.
And we're back. Starting lineups. I'll feed them to you as soon as I get it. Okay, we have starting lineups for your Eureka Red Devils. Heather Robinson, McKenna Clear, Annalise Miller, Caitlin Miller, Mackenzie Reiners, Sarah Worrell. For the visiting Knox College Prairie Fire, Emily Mosier, Maddie Ferris, Sherry May, Katie Anderson, Kylie Wolf, and Autumn Schneider. And here we go. We are about 10 seconds from tip-off. So I kick it to you, Mr. Alex Dobb. It's your show.
All right, once again, everybody, welcome to Christine Bonatti Bullwinkle Arena and Convocation Center here at Eureka College. Again, the Knox Prairie Fire and the Eureka Red Devils. Red Devils once again in the maroon uniforms, white numerals. On the other side, the far side of your screen, you have the Knox Prairie Fire, black uniforms, purple numerals, and yellow trim. Knox will have first serve, number 8. Marissa Akers. That's interesting because that's not what was announced in the starting lineup. So we'll see how that shapes out. Because that's what you're seeing, right, Nathan? That looks like an 8 to me.
That's an 8.
Or okay, well, we know it's Marissa Akers serving for Knox, so either
that's all that
something
matters.
might have been mixed up in the lineups, but we'll see what happens here. And we have first serve to the Red Devils, and it is over for Miller. 1, 2, and 3 for the Prairie Fire. Still looking for our first points of the match. Here comes Robinson. It is down. No, out. They rule out, does the line judge, and point for the Prairie Fire. 1-0 Knox here in the opening set.
Big statement. What would be kill for Heather Robinson on that there. And here we go. Point 2, your show.
And once again, here we have the Red Devils. On the left side, this is Miller, and it is out once again. Roughly the same spot as Robinson's swing, but once again out, and Knox takes a 2-0 lead here in the opening set. Looks like Akers will continue to serve, the 5'9" sophomore outside hitter from Shelbyville, Indiana. Here's Robinson up the middle. Knox recovers. Red Devils get a block, but it still comes down on their side before going out of bounds. So a third point for Knox, 3-0 Prairie Fire here in the opening set.
Very interesting turn of events here. Bit of a run, but we've seen it before in the matches at home last week, so it shall be interesting.
Still a pretty manageable deficit, as that was Robinson, then Miller. Now Miller. And that is a point for the Prairie Fire. Now 4-0, still, I believe, within that manageable deficit. The Red Devils just got to get a point at some point, or we don't want it to get out of hand too early here in the first set. And they're going to say point Knox. 5-0 here. And Coach Becca Lacoste is going to take her first timeout for the Red Devils, first of 2 in this set. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back on the other end of this timeout. You're listening to Eureka Red Devils Volleyball.
We're back at the Christy Manani Bullwinkle Convocation Center and Arena. Nathan Church with Alex Staub, and here we go. It's your show.
Marissa Akers on the serve once again for the Prairie Fire. This is Robinson up the left side. It is down. Knox recovers. 2 and 3 for the Prairie Fire. It is over. A little bit of miscommunication. They get it over nonetheless. This is Robinson on the right side, and it is down. Point Red Devils. Their first point of the match, 5-1 Knox here in set number 1. And the serve goes to Annalise Miller, the 5'8 sophomore from Prairie Central High School.
Down in my neck of the woods.
And her serve is over and out by about half a foot. Point to the Prairie Fire, 6-1. And we have our first substitution, and it's going to be number 7, Caitlin Hayes, a sophomore from Kelso, Washington. Really a countrywide roster for the Prairie Fire. Washington, Wisconsin, Indiana, Oregon, New Mexico, Texas, all represented on the Prairie Fire roster. And that is going to be a kill for Lexi Dooley. Point Red Devils, and it's 6-2.
Very, very wide net for the Knox on the recruiting trail, but it all seems to be west of the Mississippi.
And the serve is over. And the swing is down but out. The swing came off the hand of Autumn Schneider of the Prairie Fire. And McKenna Clear, the senior from Havana, will continue her service game here in the opening set. It is over. 1, 2, and 3 for the Prairie Fire. Robinson and Reiner's up. It is down for a Prairie Fire point, 7-3. Here again, set number 1. Serve goes to Emily Mosher from Glenbard West High School in Glen Ellen, Illinois. Serve is over. Clear. Now Robinson, but by the time Robinson gets to it, it is already past the antenna, out of bounds. Point for the Prairie Fire, 8-3 here in set number 1. Once again, Mosher back to serve. And we have our first Red Devil substitution of the match. It is 23, Paige Klingler, 5'3", freshman defensive specialist from Newton, Illinois.
Some very interesting turn of events here in the first few points, but it should level out.
Clear. Robinson gets it blocked back. Clear again. Now Dooley. Dooley sends it over. Knox manages to recover, and they send it over on the second hit. 1, 2, and 3 for the Prairie Fire. And Robinson, is she going to get called? They're going to say point Knox.
Interesting.
So Mosher will continue her serve run, but not before Coach Lacoste calls the Red Devils' final timeout of the set. We'll be right back. You're listening to Red Devil Volleyball on YouTube.
We're back. Nathan Church, Alex Staub, Eureka College, and here we go.
Mosher once again serving for the Prairie Fire. This is 1, 2, and 3. Is it going to be Robinson? Yes, it is for the Red Devils, and it is not down. Knox recovers. This time it is down on the kill for Mackenzie Reiners. Again, the junior from Milford, Illinois. A couple more substitutions for Eureka College. Kaiten Aaron Holes and Carrie Langen. And looks like Aaron Hole's back to serve, the 5'8 sophomore setter from Delavan, Illinois.
If we look at this core, I'll finish after this point.
And the swing from the Prairie Fire off of Autumn Schneider is out of bounds, point Red Devils.
Anyhow, I will make this quick. If we look at the core of this Red Devil team, it's very, very experienced, very, very together for a long time since my freshman year.
And looks like Langen got a hand on it, but it went out of bounds off that touch. Point Knox. Knox, the first team to cross into the double-figure plateau. 10-5 our score here in the opening set. Serve for the Prairie Fire. It is over and out. Smart decision there by Paige Klingler to let it go out, and the Red Devils get a point. And another substitution. This is Luna Akagawa, the sophomore outside hitter from Japan. Now serving, it looks like Langen. I take that back, Dooley.
That's all right.
Serve is over. Swing is over, rather, for Knox, and it is down for a Prairie Fire point. Now 5-point spread, 11-6 here in set number 1.
Some really interesting momentum throughout this match. Would you agree?
Oh, I would say so. We do have some live stats going. Nobody with more than 1 kill on either side, but once we start getting some leaders as the match proceeds, we'll get you those, and that goes out of bounds off the Knox block. So a point for Eureka College, and substitutions for both sides. Mackenzie Reiner's back to serve for Eureka College. Reiner's had 3 kills, 12 total attacks in the last home match, a 4-set loss to Westminster, and that is down for Eureka College point. 11-8 Knox here in the opening set.
We've seen this before. Get down early but make a staunch comeback. So I'm liking what I'm seeing out of this team.
And that is a block that winds up going out of bounds for Carrie Langen. She's gotten her hands on a couple of those swings. I can't talk tonight. But it seems like most of them have gotten out of bounds. So once that's back, I guess, to getting the blocks in bounds, then she's going to be racking up those statistics here tonight. And point for the Red Devils.
I would have to agree with that. I mean, if you look at the playing style of this Eureka offense and defense both, it's very, very fast-paced, very, very, I don't know if scrappy is the right word, but it just happens. It's really entertaining to watch.
Sarah Worrell to serve for the Red Devils. It is over 1, 2, and 3 for the Prairie Fire. Dug out by Clear. Over for the Prairie Fire. 1, 2, and 3 now. Robinson appeared to get a hand on it. Here comes Akagawa. It's down and still recovered by the Prairie Fire. They're doing a good job over on that half. Dooley. Now Robinson. Robinson over. Knox recovers. Over again, Clear. Miller. Knox gets it over once again.
Interesting point here.
Akagawa and Miller can't get it over. Kind of put in a sticky situation there with the placement of the ball off the other side from Knox. Not much you can do with that one, and a point for the Prairie Fire. 13-9 is our score here in the opening set. Heather Robinson leading in total attacks for the Red Devils with 6. Here she goes again, right on cue almost, and it's a kill for Robinson, the senior from Limestone High School.
It's very interesting to see how this match, how the momentum, it's almost like a train for the Red Devils. Once it gets going, it's hard to stop sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. Akagawa's serve is over. 2 and 3 for the Prairie Fire. And Miller off the middle, and it is a block that goes out. Prairie Fire give up the point to Eureka, and looks like we're going to have our first time out from Knox College. We'll take a break. You're listening to Eureka Red Devils Volleyball on YouTube.
And we're back. Christina Nadi Bowling Convocation Center and Arena. Mr. Alex Dobb, it's your show. Here you go.
Nakagawa on the serve out of the timeout for the Red Devils. Last charge timeout for the Prairie Fire, I should say first rather. And the Red Devils, it drops. Point Knox, a 3-point lead here in the first set. 14-11 is our score. Another substitution for Eureka College. It is Paige Klingler, again the freshman from Newton, Illinois. She'll enter and take back row.
You know, I was told what that was once by I was told that was what we call a campfire because everybody's looking at it but nobody can get to it. It's really interesting.
Clear. Now off the left side, this is Dooley. Set up by the Prairie Fire. Miller might have gotten hand on it. Now Dooley. This is Robinson off the right side. Tipped and down for the kill. 14-12 Knox here in the opening set. And McKenna Clear back to serve.
If we think about it, this is right on cue with what the Red Devils have been doing lately. I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Dug out by Clear. Over to Dooley with the swing, and it is down. Another kill for the Red Devils.
14-13, 1-point spread, and it's getting really interesting.
Dooley led the Red Devils by far, again referencing that last home match against Westminster. 14 kills, the most by 8 among any other Red Devil. Swing is over for the Prairie Fire, and it is dug out by Worrell, but out of bounds. Point Knox.
We referenced that the Westminster game. Really nice features in that game.
And swung over by Dooley, and they are going to say down for the Red Devil point. Red Devils within one now. Couple of substitutions, Caitlin Aaron-Holes, Carrie Langan. Both in, and looks like Aaron-Holes will go back to serve, the 5'8 sophomore. Serve is up and does not get over Point Knox. They'll go back to a multiple point lead, 2 points to be exact, 16-14 is the score. And the libero for Knox, Maddie Ferris, sophomore from Sterling Newman, will serve. It is over. Red Devils, this is going to be Klingler that sends it over. 2 and 3 for the Prairie Fire. Hand on it by Reiners, but it goes out for a point for Knox. Now a 3-point spread here in favor of the visiting Prairie Fire. Serve is over for Knox. 1, 2, and 3. This is Dooley off the right side. It is blocked out of bounds. Point Eureka.
It's becoming a very, very entertaining game of tug of war only on the volleyball court. No, nice battle back and interesting couple points and very interesting.
Looks like that initial serve over for the Red Devils was kind of to a degree mishandled by Mosher, but it ends up going out of bounds off a hit from the Red Devils, and a point for Knox, 18-15 here in the opening set. It is over, and a smart decision by both Nakagawa and Clear to let it go out. Red Devils with 11 kills right now, paced by Lexi Dooley with 4 is the leader in kills. We'll get you full leaders in between sets or when we come back, whichever works best. Serve is over for the Red Devils. 1, 2, and 3 for the Prairie Fire. Looks like Langen got a hand on it, and it is down for a point for Knox, 16-19. And they will send Katie Anderson, freshman from Zionsville, Indiana. This is Dooley. Now over to Langen, and it is down, tipped. I'm not getting any signal. No, they say
point.
We got the one official is signaling point Red Devils. Yep, there we go.
There we go.
So the only part that confused me there is I wasn't getting a whistle.
Yeah.
Because he was pointing the Eureka, but the fact that there wasn't any whistle could have meant to me that they were still figuring out what the call might have been. So that's why I held off there.
That's all right.
And Sarah Worrell back to serve. Has 7 aces thus far in the match. Knox's swing is over, but out of the reach of Heather Robinson. And Knox is 5 points away potentially from ending the first set 20-17. Still a pretty close deficit for the Red Devils to overcome. They can still do it. It's within reach. Then again, it is the first set. So plenty of volleyball left for you here this evening from Eureka. And Nakagawa with the kill off the right side. And it is a 2-point game. 2-point set, I should say. And Nakagawa will serve, again, the sophomore from Japan.
Mood has been a nice surprise on this Red Devil team. If you've looked what she's done over the past few games at home we've seen.
Oh, and I think from my angle, I'd give that a double block to Caitlin Miller and Lexi Dooley. And Nakagawa will continue to serve, now a 1-point set.
The multi-time SLIAC Player of the Week, Caitlin Miller, last year.
Swing is over for the Prairie Fire. Dooley. Ooh.
Oops.
Thankfully, nobody got hurt on that, just a mere collision. And Knox is now up 21-19 as Paige Klingler enters the set for Eureka.
If we think about it, though, very, very entertaining match for the folks at home, whatever you might be doing.
For sure. Red Devils leading the total attacks category, 25-23, and Dooley with the kill. Back within one, 21-20. And back to serve will be McKenna Clear, again the senior from Havana. Her serve is up and over. 1, 2, and 3 for the Prairie Fire. Here comes the swing. It is set over. And Heather Robinson off the right side. It is down, but collected by the Prairie Fire. Clear. Ends up with Reiners. Now third for the Prairie Fire, and it is down for a Knox point, 22-20. Right on that fine line, if you can see on your screen, between the maroon free throw line and the black out of bounds line for volleyball. Serve is over for the Prairie Fire. This is Reiners in the middle. Off the left side now, this is Knox. 1, 2, and 3. Dooley with the tip over.
Ooh.
And now over for Knox. Tight rally here for both sides. Robinson sends it over. Knox recovers. Clear. Over to Dooley. And Dooley was going to run into the net. There's not really much you can do about that, because if Dooley would have made an attempt at it, she would have made contact with the net or possibly gone past the half-court line anyway. So either way, regardless of what decision she made, it would have been a Knox point. So I guess, for lack of better words, a good decision either way. And the swing from Knox goes out of bounds and is back to a 2-point match, 2-point set. Keep messing that up. It's my first volleyball broadcast of the fall, folks, so bear with me. 20, Caitlin Aaronholz back to serve. It is over. 1, 2, 3 for the Prairie Fire. And that is a block for at least Mackenzie Reiner solo. If not, Langen might have gotten in on that as well. Out of bounds, point Knox, set point. Prairie Fire 24-21 here in the opening set. A reminder, we'll try to have some statistic rundown when we come back from the first set break. And the swing is over for Dooley. Comes back on the Red Devil side and out of bounds. Point and set. Knox 25-21. We'll be back with first set statistics in the second set. You're watching Eureka Red Devil Volleyball on YouTube. Back here at Eureka College, set number 2 about to get underway. Red Devils leading in a majority of the categories. However, Knox did take that first set. Third hit coming up for the Prairie Fire. Dooley. Now Robinson right side. It is down off the block, out for a Red Devil point. Red Devils draw first blood here in set number 2, 1-0. And back to serve is Sarah Worrell. So it looks like we aren't going to be able to get it in our stats as fast as we would have liked. That's okay. Red Devils up 1-0 again here in set number 2. Swing is down and recovered by the Red Devils. And it drops in between Clear and Dooley. Point Knox to tie it up at 1 here in the second set. Back to serve will be Marissa Akers.
Hot take, I believe we are going to go to at least 4 sets tonight.
Robinson on the swing, and it comes back down off the block on the Red Devils side. A point for the Prairie Fire, 2-1 our score here in the second set. Once again, back to serve, Akers. One of, it looks like, 2 members of the Prairie Fire roster from the state of Indiana. And that serve goes out of bounds for a Red Devil point, and Annalise Miller back to serve for Eureka.
Very, very interesting. If you're joining us late, the Eureka Red Devils fought back hard after accruing an early deficit. However, the match was close throughout the first set. Anyhow, second set, 3-2 Knox early, and should be an entertaining match if you're just joining us, and we're happy you're here.
First substitution of the set for Knox, Caitlin Hayes, and it looks like Kylie Wolf on the serve. Swing is over from Dooley. Boy, she's brought down some powerful serves, or some swings rather. And another kill for Dooley. Looks like her 5th according to the live stats. That's a team high. Clear serve is over. 1, 2, and 3 for the Prairie Fire. Dooley, and are they going to say lift? No, double hit. Double hit on the Red Devils, point Knox.
Interesting.
Serve is over for the Prairie Fire. Emily Mosher, 1, 2, and 3 for the Red Devils. This is Robinson. It is about down, recovered by the Prairie Fire. Now set over. 1, 2, and 3 for the Red Devils. This is Reiners. Reiners at the block. And a point, Red Devils. Couple of substitutions for Eureka College. 20, Caitlin Aaronholz, and 25, Carrie Langen.
Very entertaining set here early. It'll be really interesting to watch who really takes hold of this match early, being on the Red Devils side.
Oh, and they might say Knox got net there. And so they do.
Remember what I said of momentum earlier? I stand by my statement.
It seems, at least early on here in the second set, to kind of be trading sides. We'll see, like you said, who can eventually get hold of that momentum long term. And a swing from Knox hits the net, then rolls out of bounds on the other side of the net. Point Red Devils, and Aaronholz will continue to serve. It is over and clips the net to the Red Devils' benefit. Point Eureka, 7-4.
So, bit of a run here. That's what we need. Get a bit of a cushion, if there is such a thing in volleyball. Just in case something like that happens.
Knox gets the point as soon as you say something. Back to serve will be Maddie Ferris. Again, 7-5 our score here in the second set. Again, if you're just joining us, Knox took the first set 25-21. Dooley off the right side. Knox recovers. Over once again. Miller to Reiners for the kill.
8-5, 3-point lead. Like it to be more, but 1 point at a time, right?
Yeah. I'm getting her and Miller confused. I'll hope to have that squared away by the end of the match at least. Dooley back to serve for the Red Devils. 1, 2, and 3 for the Prairie Fire. This is Reiners that went for the block. Can't get to it. And looks like off the hit, it goes out of bounds. Point Knox, 8-6 Red Devils here in the second set. Back to serve will be Caitlin Hayes and the sophomore from Kelso, Washington, up there in that Pacific Northwest area. And that was great reaction time to even get to that by Mosher, but it gets down for a Red Devil point 9-6.
Big hit by Kerry Langan. Impressive power coming from this Eureka Red Devil defense.
1, 2, and 3 for the Prairie Fire. Akagawa gets the block, and it goes down on the other side. Point Red Devils 10-6. Now our score here in the second set, and it forces a Knox College timeout. We'll be back on the other side of this break. You're watching Eureka Red Devil Volleyball on YouTube.
And we're back. Nathan Schertz, Alex Staub, Eureka College, here we go.
1, 2, and it goes over on the second hit for the Prairie Fire. And same thing for the Red Devils. And out of the back row, the swing from Maddie Ferris of Knox. And it stays on the Red Devils' side and down for a Prairie Fire point. 10-7 Red Devils here in the second set. Back to serve, we have Katie Anderson, one of the Indiana products for Knox College. Set. And it is down for a kill from number 25, Carrie Langan.
7-11, always open. Sorry, it's just too easy.
I understand she has 3 kills on the live stats as it is. A couple of Red Devils within that range as far as total kills.
And who would that 3 come from?
3 would be Langan, Reiners, and well, that's it for the moment.
There will be more.
Clear over to Akagawa, and it is a powerful swing, but recovered by Knox. Robinson gets the block. Knox still recovers. This is the third hit. 1, 2, and 3. Akagawa again. And if the first time it doesn't work, try it again. Kill for Luna Akagawa. And back to serve, Sarah Worrell. 12-7 Red Devils here in the second set. Serve is over and down. 1, 2, and 3 for the Prairie Fire up the left side. This is down. Dooley. Worrell. Robinson. 1, 2, and 3 for the Prairie Fire. The swing is over and down, just out of the reach of Clear, but it is out of bounds without Clear having touched it, nor any other Red Devil. Point Eureka, 13-7 here in the second set.
6-point spread. Looking good for the Red Devils, but don't want to count the eggs before they're hatched.
And 1, 2, 3 for Knox. Blocked by Robinson and down for the Red Devil point. The Red Devils have doubled up Knox here in the first set, 14-7. Like you said, Nathan, you got to keep your foot on the gas because you can't kind of get on an emotional high when you're up this high. If you keep your foot on the gas, you're going to win that match, and I think that's what's resulted in the Red Devils having doubled up Knox to this point of the set so far.
But we saw it when they played Westminster. Something like this happened. And
serve is over. Swing, rather. Getting my S terms mixed up. Akagawa on the swing, blocked back. Worrell over to Robinson. The swing is down and clips the net to the Red Devils' advantage. 15-7 Eureka here in the second set. Worrell will continue to serve. After we have a little bit of a discussion, from my memory of Bradley matches, I was going to think it was service order.
Nope.
But it's not. It's a wet spot on the court, something that I guess referencing it now is also a pretty frequent sight in downtown Peoria.
That is fair. So let's let you catch your breath. From what we're seeing here, you've got a Eureka College team who is very, very momentum oriented, and I know it's volleyball. People can catch momentum anytime, any day, any match, any points. But if we look at the matches that we've seen, you and I together, before this match, it's all the same, and it's your show. My bad.
It's all good. Worrell service over. Swing for the Prairie Fire. Dug out by Dooley. Akagawa sends it over. 1, 2, and 3 for the Prairie Fire up the left side. Robinson couldn't get to it. Clear, dug out. Worrell over to Robinson, right side for the kill. 16-7 Red Devils.
You would think maybe a timeout, or they out of timeouts. I lost track.
Well, they aren't keeping track of them on the board, and it doesn't appear that is a category on the live stats. So
I believe
they've taken at least one. So 16-7 is our score. Second set. Swing is over and off the hand of Worrell and out of bounds. A point for the Prairie Fire. 16-8 our score. Here once again, set number 2 here in Eureka.
That's one of those reactionary moves. I think if she lets it go, it goes out of bounds. Just a thought. And nice.
Speaking of swings that go out of bounds, or no, they say it went down.
It went
down. My bad. So
Just
down for a Red Devil point, 17-8. Akagawa to serve.
Hit the back corner of the attack line there.
And the serve is down for an ace.
10-point lead. This is where you really start to
And timeout called by Ashley McDonough, the head coach for the Knox Prairie Fire. We'll take a break and be back on the other end of this timeout. You're watching Eureka Red Devil Volleyball on YouTube.
Nathan Church, Alex Staub, Reagan Athletic Complex on this beautiful Tuesday night. Eureka leads 18-8, and here we go.
Akagawa's serve is over one, and take that back down off the second hit for Knox. Akagawa will continue the service run here, 19-8 Red Devils. Red Devils out to an 11-point spread if you do the math. Second set. Akagawa's serve is up and over. 1, 2, and 3 for the Prairie Fire. This is Dooley that gets a hand on it and down, but out of bounds. Eureka says that it hit the head of one of the Knox players, and they get the call, and they get the 20-point plateau first. Actually, not only do they get the 20-point plateau, Knox still in single digits with 8 points right now.
How often do you get that? You appeal to their up ref and you get it?
I mean, it's happened as far as it happening, but actually getting the call, it really depends on the crew you have. And Miller sends it over. 1, 2, and 3 for the Prairie Fire. It is over and out. Point Red Devils, 21-8.
4 points until we're in the home stretch.
Akagawa once again back to serve. 13-point lead for Eureka. It is over. 1, 2, and 3 for the Prairie Fire. Miller, Worrell. How about Dooley? Blocked back and out of bounds. Eureka now leads 22-8 off that last kill.
What I tell you before, I think we talked about it before the match. Luna is my surprise of the year.
And out of bounds off the serve from Akagawa. And a point for the Prairie Fire. Knox looking to hit double figures here in this set after taking the opening set 25-21. And it's over. Dooley, Worrell. How about Miller? It is downed but dug out by the Prairie Fire. 1, 2, and 3. It is over. Worrell over to Robinson. Clips the net and is down for a kill for Robinson and a point for the Red Devils. Eureka College 1 point away from set point here in set number 2.
2 points away.
1 point from set point.
That's fair enough.
Serve is over for clear. 1, 2, and 3 for Knox. And a powerful swing from the Prairie Fire. And down for their first double-figure point here in the second set.
I sense that was a bit of an angry swing, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, obviously things here in the second set are in Eureka's favor, so anything Knox can get, they're going to do it a little maybe extra pronounced, if you will. Robinson sends it over. 1, 2, and 3 for Knox. 1, 2, and 3 for the Red Devils. This is Reiners. Now Knox again, and it's set over, but somehow, who was that? Was that Worrell? Worrell was the one that dug it out and kept it alive, but second time does not work. It eventually comes down for a Knox College Prairie Fire point. Robinson you mentioned, but Worrell, I mean, that's a matter of inches as far as getting to that, so that's pretty good. Robinson's swing is blocked back, and a point for the Prairie Fire, 23-12. Eureka knocking on the door of taking set 2. Serve is over for the Prairie Fire. 1, 2, and 3. Here comes Dooley. And did they tip it? It was tipped.
Did.
Both officials signal tip. It is a set point for the Red Devils. My bad, jumping the gun there.
You're all right.
And looks like serving set point will be Caitlin Aaronholz. Big point here for the Red Devils if they can tie this match up at 1 set apiece. 1, 2, and 3 for Knox. Here comes Dooley, and it is down. Set 2, the Red Devils, 25-12.
25-12, tied up. We will be back in approximately 3 minutes. Nathan Church, Alex Dobbs. See you in a minute. Nathan Church, Alex Staub on the beautiful campus of Eureka College at the Reagan Athletic Complex on Dave Darnell Court. Tied up 1 apiece during set 3. We're going to have at least 4 sets for you folks at home tonight. And here we go.
Dooley, now Worrell. This is Robinson, sets it over, blocked back. Miller, but not before they assess the point. Well, I take that back. They actually said 4 hits. So the official's ruling is that Knox did not even touch that. So Miller, Worrell over to Miller. It is down for a Red Devil kill. Annalise Miller, the sophomore from Prairie Central High School, back to serve as well. Serve is up and over. And 1, 2, and 3 for Knox. Clear, Worrell, Dooley. Ooh, Knox recovers. Miller sends it back. Knox, Dooley, and Miller go for the block. Don't get it. Worrell digs it out, but nobody's there on the second hit. Point for the Prairie Fire. 2-1 here in the third set.
Interesting turn of events here in the first 3 points, I'd say. Keeps us on our toes. So, what are your takeaways from the last set?
I think, that energy of getting that first set, but it doesn't have to be the second set, but just winning that first set is obviously something that the Red Devils need to ride, as there it is. Guess who? Lexi Dooley, who I think on the outside has been about as good as you can be getting those kills down. And McKenna Clear is back to serve. Mind you, she plays basketball too.
Yes.
And Worrell, Clear, and Dooley.
One of our dual sport athletes here at the beautiful College of Eureka.
And Robinson gets the kill. Falls down for a Red Devil point. Red Devils take the 3-2 lead here in the third set. McKenna Clear back to serve. 1. No, that's not going to be enough. A Red Devil point, 4-2 lead here in the third set.
Seems like don't want to go out too early here, but it seems like same song, different verse, but we'll see.
Clear's serve does not get over the net. A point for Knox. Prairie Fire back within 1 here in the third set. Worrell over to Robinson, right side, down for the kill. 5-3 Red Devils here in the third set. Substitutions, Caitlin Aaron-Holes, Carrie Langen, both in for Eureka College, and Aaron-Holes back to serve. And back-to-back serves by the Red Devils do not get over the net. A point for Knox. Still, Red Devils do have enough of a lead that they withstand that lead, but one more point from Knox, and we are tied here in the third set. Serve is over. 1, 2, and 3. This is Dooley. It is down for another Lexi Dooley kill. I think you have to check the stats on that. Live stats have a little bit of a delay, but that's no big deal. Dooley has 10 kills, and again, keep in mind, that's before that last point. So Dooley already double figures in kills here in the third set.
Seems like she's almost on autopilot, if you know what I mean.
And they're going to say that is down. It was close, kind of a split-second decision there, and it lands on the line for a Prairie Fire point. 6-5, back to a 1-point set here in set number 3. Serve is up and over for Caitlin Hayes. And it gets over the net, just clips it. That's happened a couple times in the Red Devils' favor, now in the Prairie Fire favor, and it's 6-all here in the third. Serve is over for Caitlin Hayes. Nakagawa over to Langen. It is down for a kill for Carrie Langen, again, the sophomore from Shelbyville High School in Lakewood, Illinois. Mackenzie Reiner's back to serve, Milford High School.
Very, very.
And that one's over. 2, and here comes the third, blocked by Langen. And this is Akagawa left side.
She
dug
wanted it.
out. Third swing for the Prairie Fire, and it's back over off the first Eureka hit. Here it comes up the middle, and Red Devils let it go out for a Eureka College point. 8-6 here in set number 3. Mackenzie Reiners continues to serve.
This third set is following the blueprint of the first set, that it's got the bit of a boxing match mentality, meaning back and forth and back and forth.
Akagawa, 1, 2, and 3 for the Red Devils. This is blocked by Miller. Akagawa, third hit for Miller. It's over. 1, 2, and 3 for the Prairie Fire. Miller just about gets her hand on it again. Akagawa maybe in on that as well. Langen is over, and it hits the net. They say point Knox, out of bounds. It must have hit the antenna.
Interesting.
Because that's what appeared to be our far line judge. That appears to be what she was calling, was that it hit the antenna on the right side. So because of that, it's a Prairie Fire point, and 8-7 is our score here in the third set. Dooley. Miller blocked back. Knox blocked back again. And Langen, it goes out of bounds. Point Knox, and we're tied at 8. Maddie Ferris, libero from Sterling Newman, the sophomore, gets her serve over and down for an ace. Knox takes the lead, 9-8. Again, one set apiece, won by the Red Devils and the Prairie Fire. Clear digs it out, but out of the reach of Langen, and another Prairie Fire point, 10-8, the score here in set number 3. Once again, Ferris back to serve, 5-foot sophomore. Clear's serve is over. 1, 2, and 3 for the Prairie Fire. Blocked by Miller, and down for the Red Devil point. 10-9 Knox here in the third.
Big blocks from Caitlin Miller this evening, right when they seem to need them. You've got some players that just have the knack for right when you need something big to happen, they just have the ability to do it. It's very entertaining to watch.
Sarah Worrell back to serve, gets it over. 1, 2, here's the third, and it is blocked by Miller again. Worrell, clear. Here's Akagawa. Swing not down. Knox recovers. Blocked by Robinson. Set by Worrell. I caught up in my own speech.
You're all right.
Point for the Red Devils, tied at 10.
10-10.
Back to serve once again is Worrell. 1, 2, and 3 for the Prairie Fire. Blocked again by Miller, but out of bounds for a Prairie Fire point, 11-10. And we got a substitution for Knox, and looks like that sub is back to serve. That's number 1, Emily Mosher, the junior from Glenbard West. Worrell sets it up for Heather Robinson. Kill.
Got a bit of a net, so maybe that gave it a bit of a knuckleball effect. You get what I'm trying to say there?
Yeah, you see some some swings like that from some individuals, and if she's able to get it off like that, that proves a problem on the other side of the net. 1, 2, and 3 for the Prairie Fire. Dooley might have gotten a hand on it, but it comes down just barely out of the reach of McKenna Clear. A point for Knox, 12-11 here in the third set. Substitution for the Prairie Fire. Entering as number 7, Caitlin Hayes. And serving is Katie Anderson. Serve is over. Clear. Worrell. Dooley. Oh, wow. Lexi Dooley again. She just continues with that powerful swing off the left side, in this case
12?
recently. And to this point, she hasn't been stopped really.
Is it 12 now?
At my count, it would be 12. Yeah, 12 kills for Lexi Dooley. Team high in the match. McKenna Clear back to serve. Serve is over. 1, 2, and 3 for the Prairie Fire. Blocked by Reiners. Worrell. Reiners again on the swing. Knox recovers. Set up by Worrell. Here's Robinson off the right side. It is down for a kill. 13-12 Red Devils here in the third set. Clear will continue to serve. 5'5" senior once again from Havana High School. It is over. One. No, it's over on the first hit. And blocked and tipped back by Lexi Dooley for the Red Devil point.
It's caught the Knox defense off guard. Really entertaining thing to watch if you're a Red Devil fan.
Something in the game of volleyball in general, as a swing is down for a Knox College point, something that always happens in the game of volleyball that kind of catches either side off guard is whether it's the first hit or the second hit. As long as it's not that third hit, it can tend to throw a lot of teams off guard, unless you happen to be ready for it in your set on the other side.
Volleyball is such a rhythm sport. It's
And Robinson, kill. 15-13 Red Devils. Substitutions will be Caitlin Aaron-Holes and Carrie Langen. Again, here in the third set, Eureka 15, Knox 13. And back to serve is Aaron-Holes, Delavan product. Serve is over. 1, 2, and 3 for the Prairie Fire. Looks like either Reiners or Langen might have gotten a hand on it, but it still falls down inbounds for a Knox College point. 15-14 Red Devils, 150. I'm getting in basketball mode already. I was getting ready to say 1:15 to go in the third quarter, but that's not for another couple months. Serve is over. 1, 2, and 3 point swing rather for Dooley. And it's over for Knox. Clear. How about Riders? And there is Lexi Dooley. And as it stands right now, if I name the player of the match, I think she's it. I mean, she is just theoretically unstoppable on that swing off the left side.
She's on autopilot.
We talked about her too much. We jinxed it.
It's all right.
Broadcasters jinx. It happens to everybody. Back to serve is Caitlin Hayes. I'd rather jinx something in a regular season match than postseason. And what do we got here? Point for the Red Devils.
Off of something? I couldn't tell you.
Back to serve is, I lost my roster. There we go. Mackenzie Reiners. I was getting my sides confused. 1, 2, and 3 for the Prairie Fire. This is up and not blocked. It just goes straight down for a Prairie Fire point. Akagawa and Miller just about got in on that, but it falls down and Knox within 1, 17-16 here in the third set. Dooley. Aaron-Holes, how about Akagawa? Knox recovers. Swing is over. Dooley. Aaron-Holes. Clear, sets it over. Knox wanted a double hit, and they get the call.
Interesting turn of events in the last 2 or 3 points.
And
really, it'll be interesting to see how this affects momentum, because Eureka did have substantial momentum earlier in the match, but we shall see. And there is discussion for some point.
Coach Becca Lacoste is having a discussion with one of our officials, and Dooley's going to go over and have a chat. And we'll get we won't necessarily get a direct explanation of the call, but maybe the Red Devils will get a more definitive explanation. The one thing that probably is worth pointing out is that is the second time that a call has been reversed after further further discussion
appeal?
With the officials.
By appeal? Is that a fair statement? I
don't know if that's an official term, but we could use it. Dooley, Aaron-Holes, Miller down for the kill. 18-17 Eureka here in the third set. Double subs. Robinson. Worrell to serve. Sarah Worrell, Jacksonville, Illinois native. I mentioned off air before the Westminster match, they hosted a big tournament down there at Illinois College this past weekend, and a point for the Prairie Fire, 18 all. seemed to be a lot of high school volleyball tournaments going on this past week, and there was one in Mahomet, there was one in Jacksonville.
Clinton had one. My sisters competed in, so that's interesting.
Good weekend for prep volleyball in Central Illinois as that swing is down, but on the Red Devils side, so it appears. And a point for the Prairie Fire. Timeout, Coach Lakosh and the Red Devils. 19-18 Knox. You're watching Eureka Red Devil Volleyball on YouTube.
And we are back. Nathan Church, Alex Staub, set 3, 19-18 in favor of the Prairie Fire. Big hit. And there you go. It's your show.
And inbounds. Point for the Prairie Fire. Boy, if we had slow motion replay and you could get that slide by Dooley, that just about was within reach. And that one does go out for a Eureka College point. Akagawa back to serve. 20-19 Knox. Her serve is over. 1, 2, and 3 for the Prairie Fire. Is Dooley going to get a block? She might have. It might have been a double along with Miller, but it falls down for a Knox College point, 21-19. Eureka substitution, Paige Klingler. And looks like back to serve is Katie Anderson. And it goes out for a Red Devil point.
21-20 in favor of Knox. Very, very entertaining match where now we're in, but looks like we're going to have a long night ahead of us of very entertaining volleyball.
Clear's serve is over. 1, 2, and 3 for the Prairie Fire. It is down for a Knox College point, 22-20. Timeout, Eureka College. That is the final timeout of the set for the Red Devils. When we come back, more set 3 action. You're watching Eureka Red Devil Volleyball on YouTube.
And we are back. Nathan Church, Alex Stabb, final timeout of the match for the Red Devils. 22-20, here we go.
Dooley, Worrell, Dooley again. Point Knox. They say it went out of bounds. Now, the one thing I wanted to point out, kind of an interesting little quirk, as we're keeping stats, we want to keep track of Dooley pre-headband and post-headband. Looks like as Robinson, they're going to give her the double hit, I bet. Yep. So Coach Lacoste was going to give Lexi Dooley back her headband, but she turned it down, so we'll see as Knox has set point. Just kind of an interesting little thing I noticed.
Like a prep stat or something like that?
Like Illinois football is 2-0 with Lovie Smith's beard. Lexi Dooley is not going to get the kill on that rally. 1, 2, and 3 for the Red Devils. This is Robinson. 1, 2. How about a third hit for the Prairie Fire? Dooley, Worrell, Robinson. Point Red Devils. 24-21 Knox.
See if they could save serve here for a couple points and maybe force a few extra points to see how this thing turns out.
Aaron holds back to serve. Serve is over. 1, 2, and 3. And not much you can do with that one. Point and set Knox 25-21. When we come back, we'll let you know when our next broadcast is, as well as get you ready for the 4th set of the match. You're watching Eureka Red Devil Volleyball on YouTube.
Nathan Schertz, Alex Dabb, 4th set. Here we go.
Worrell with the first serve of the 4th set. It is over. 1, 2, and 3 for the Prairie Fire. Clear. Worrell. And Miller. Annalise Miller. Point Knox. And back to serve we have Katie Anderson. Serve is over for Eureka, or for Knox rather. 1, 2, and 3, Annalise Miller. Third for Eureka, and Robinson might have gotten a hand on it. They say she did not. Point Red Devils.
It's always entertaining to watch the first couple points of these sets because it really kind of sets the tone. I mean,
And Dooley couldn't do much with that one. Point Knox, 2-1.
It's vitally important to get your traction in the first about, I'd say, 5 or 10 points. Really sets the stage for the latter stages of the match.
Marissa Akers back to serve. And second hit out of the reach of Worrell on that rally. Point Knox, 3-1 Prairie Fire here in the fourth set. Akers continues to serve. Once again, the sophomore from Shelbyville, Indiana. Shelbyville High School. Clear. Worrell. How about Dooley? It is recovered by Knox. Worrell, clear. Dooley, second try. Third try. Still recovered by Knox. Worrell, clear. Robinson blocked. Dooley. And about 3 different players went for that one. And it's going to result in a Prairie Fire point. Timeout, Eureka Red Devils. We'll take a break and be back on the other end of this timeout. You're watching Eureka Red Devil Volleyball on YouTube. Alex Staub, Nathan Church back with you here at Christine Bonetti Bullwinkle Arena. Interesting stat I wanted to get to before our play got back underway. Lexi Dooley already has a double-double. 14 kills, 15 digs. Swing is down for the Red Devils and back on their side. Point Knox. Knox off to a little bit of a run here in the fourth set. This would be the match if the Prairie Fire took this set. So Red Devils got to come back here in this set. They would need, it looks like, 2 sets to win the match. And a point for the Red Devils.
Last year, they were playing Iowa Wesleyan down 2-0. Took it 3 straight sets. Very entertaining to watch. Heck of a game to call.
Dooley, and off the official, Point Knox. Prairie Fire back to serve. It is Kylie Wolf. And it clips the net, point Prairie Fire.
There's that knuckleball I was referencing earlier and seemed to work in the Prairie Fire favor.
And any time a serve just clips that net, it makes for an interesting reaction that the opposing team has to have on the other side. Clear, this is Robinson, it is over. 1, 2, and a 3 for the Prairie Fire, it is over. Clear, Worrell, Dooley, down but out. 8-2 Knox. And Eureka takes their final timeout of the set. 8-2 our score. We'll be back on the other end of this timeout. You're watching Eureka Red Devil Volleyball on YouTube.
Nathan Church, Alex Staub, Christina Benani Bullwinkle Convocation Center and Arena on the beautiful college campus of Eureka. Here we go.
2 and 3 for the Red Devils. Blocked back, clear. Laurel, how about Robinson? It is over. 1, 2, and 3 for the Prairie Fire. And point Knox. They say contact with the net, so it appears. So back to serve is number 13, Kylie Wolf. 9-2 Prairie Fire here in the fourth set. Laurel. And that was actually Reiners that got it over. I almost misspoke. Clear gets it over. 1, 2, and 3. Blocked by Robinson. And looks like Reiners might have gotten a hand on that as well. Down for a Red Devil point. 9-3 Prairie Fire here in the fourth set.
See if the Red Devils can get on a bit of a run here. I mean, it's still very, very manageable. 6 points. We've seen it happen just like that.
Another point for the Red Devils, now within 5. Now, although it was the final timeout for the Red Devils, perhaps a well-used timeout considering this little bit of a run they're on here out of the timeout. 1, 2, and 3 for the Prairie Fire. And down for a Knox kill, 10-4. Prairie Fire first team to hit double figures here in the fourth set.
However, we've seen this team come back from a 5-6 point deficit earlier this week, so let's see what happens.
Dooley blocked back. Clear over to Langen, and a point for Knox as it goes out of bounds. When we come back from the next timeout, we do have a football shout-out we want to get to. Some history made with a certain running back. We'll just, if you know already, then you know, but we'll leave it up in the air until we mention it next chance we have, as that's a point for Knox, 12-4. Back to serve, we have Caitlin Hayes. 12-4 Knox, fourth set. Serve is over. 1, 2, and 3. This is Langen off the left side. 2 and 3 for the Prairie Fire. Clear. And Langen sends it over. 2 and 3 for the Prairie Fire.
Bit of a
Klingler. And how about Langen? They say net contact, point Red Devils, 12-5.
Bit of a soft toss send over by the Prairie Fire. Interesting tactic, but hey.
Number 3, Sherry May, the junior from Chicago Curie. Home, or alma mater, I should say, of one of the better basketball players the Chicagoland area has ever seen, Cliff Alexander, for any basketball fans that might remember that name. Swing is over for the Prairie Fire. 1, 2, and 3. Dooley, Aaron Holes. How about Langen? It is down for a kill and almost took out our line judge in the process.
Jordan Maxwell doing one heck of a job in her final semester here on the campus of Eureka College.
Akagawa sends it over right away, and it's going to result in a Red Devil point, 12-7. Serve is over for Dooley. Third hit for Knox. It is over. Reiners. Aaron Holes gets it over, but out it appears. Nope, not out, but still a Knox point.
Interesting.
Point for Knox, and back to serve is Maddie Ferris. Again, the Knox libero.
There we go.
Dooley. Aaron Holes, how about Akagawa? It is over, and did she get the net? So she did. Got the net on that swing, and it's a Knox point, 14-7. Now keep in mind, Eureka College out of timeouts, so regardless of what kind of run Knox gets on, there is no timeout to use to stop the momentum any further. And a point for the Prairie Fire, 15-7. And for those that don't know, 2 sets per 2 timeouts per set for each team, and they reset after each set. Say that 10 times fast. Langen gets the swing down for a kill, 15-8 Knox here in the fourth.
Beautiful 3-step run up.
Back to serve. It looks like Reiners. So it is. It is over. 1, 2, 3 for the Prairie Fire. And it is out for a Eureka College point, 15-9. Serve is over. 1, 2, and 3. And Akagawa, it goes back, but out of the reach of Reiner's point Knox, 16-9. It may be, unless we're able to get back and force Knox a timeout, it may be after the match that we get that football note to you, but we do want to make sure we pass it along before we go off the airwaves tonight. And a point for Knox, 17-9 now off the double hit by the Red Devils.
Let's see the man of the hour is in the house. That would be
to be named later.
Hey.
But let's surprise the viewers. If Eureka fans, you may already know who we're talking about, but as a point for the Red Devils, but we want to make sure, if you haven't known it already, we're going to get it to you here next time out. It is cool to see our player to be named in the building tonight. Always good across any college campus to see the other sports, even at high schools, the other sports supporting whatever sport's going on at that moment. And here's the swing for Robinson. It's down by about the width of the ball for a kill. 17-11 Red Devils here in the fourth set. Worrell back to serve. Serve is over. 1, 2, and 3 for the Prairie Fire. It is over. Worrell clear. How about Akagawa? Blocked back. Clear. Dooley sends it over. Second hit. 1, 2, and 3 for the Prairie Fire. Swing is down and dug out by Clear. Now Worrell back to Akagawa. 1, 2, and 3 for the Prairie Fire. 17-11 again our score here in the fourth set. Clear. Worrell. Robinson. Point Knox. Another double hit for the Red Devils. Second time here within the last couple of points. And 18-11 our score here in the fourth set. Substitution for the Prairie Fire. Number 7, Caitlin Hayes. Serve is over for the Prairie Fire. 1, 2, and 3. Here's Akagawa. It is down but recovered by Knox. Swing is over. That hit the antenna. And so it did. Point Red Devils. 18-12 is our score here in the fourth set. Akagawa back to serve.
See if the Red Devils can break past this 6-point deficit barrier we've been at for a while.
Her swing is over. 1. Oh, blocked back. I would better safe than sorry and give it a double block to Miller and Dooley.
We'll see what the esteemed Brian Moore officially scores that as.
I'm not keeping a track of the running totals, so we'll have to figure that out later. Akagawa gets it over. And those blocks versus half blocks are kind of interesting as far as how you call it statistically. Worrell over to Dooley. How about another kill for the senior? Timeout, Knox. When we come back, our note of the hour from the football program. You're watching Eureka Red Devil Volleyball on YouTube. back here at Eureka College. You want to mention football player Leanthony Reesnover, school's all-time leading scorer and first player to rush for 4,000 yards in program history. That is a pretty special mark for Reesnover. And like we mentioned earlier, Nathan, he's in the building tonight.
And it should be noted that he surpassed the one, the only, the esteemed Kurt Barth, Hall of Famer, and current Eureka College football coach.
That's always interesting when you have a record approached by your current head coach, and that's down for a Red Devil point. Back comes Eureka College, 18-15 Knox here in the fourth set. Getting some reaction from the crowd here. Again, 18-15, 3-point spread here in the fourth set. Akagawa's serve is over and out. Point Knox. And substitution for the Red Devils, 23, Paige Klingler. Newton, Illinois. Back to serve, Marissa Akers. 1, 2, and 3. Robinson, swing. I was about ready to say three-pointer is good, but it comes down on the floor instead of the basketball hoop. Point Red Devils. I guess, would that have been a three-pointer? Was she behind the three-point line when she hit it back? Clear with the serve for the Red Devils. It is over. 1, 2, and 3 for Knox. Swing is over. And just gets over at that. Clear. How about Dooley? Blocked and recovered by the Prairie Fire. 2 and 3. Worrell. Clear. Reiners. 1, 2, and 3 for the Prairie Fire. Clear and Dooley at the same time, really. Worrell now Robinson. Robinson blocked back. Robinson now sets it over. And Knox gets it over. Clear. Worrell second hit. On the first hit, Reiners. Point Red Devils. 19-17 here in the fourth set. Those unique, those interesting, those, in all honesty, somewhat long rallies, those are the ones you want to win, especially at this point of the match when Knox is 6 points away from taking the match.
You got to win them.
Clear serve is over. 1, 2. It's over on the second hit, actually. Robinson. Dooley sends it over, second hit as well. 1, 2, and 3 for the Prairie Fire. Reiners and Dooley get a hand on it, and they're going to say, I believe, lift. Yep, a lift on the Red Devils. Point Knox, 20-17 our score. Substitution for the Prairie Fire. Back to serve for Knox, number 13, Kylie Wolf. Ringing true of the Monmouth College match, if I should bring that back up again, as it seemed like a tight, intense finish to the match that Monmouth ended up coming away with. But that one falls down for a Red Devil point. 20-18 Knox our score. Back to serve, it looks like 20. That is Caitlin Ehrenholz. Serve is over. 1, 2, and 3 for the Prairie Fire. And dugout, looks like Dooley sent it over. Reiners might have gotten in on that as well. Ehrenholz, now Dooley sends it over on the third hit. 1, 2, and 3 for the Prairie Fire. Dooley and Reiners get a hand on it, but it comes down on Eureka's side. Point Knox, 21-18 Prairie Fire here in the fourth. Back to serve, once again, Caitlin Hayes, 5'8" sophomore, Kelso, Washington native. And we have a slight delay here as Coach Ashley McDonough is having a conversation with one of our officials this evening. She seems to have it settled out, whatever her point of conversation was there. And the serve's over for the Prairie Fire. 2 and 3. Dooley. Point Knox on a double hit for the Red Devils. It's now 22-18. Back to serve is Caitlin Hayes.
Interesting call there. Didn't necessarily see it, but that's why they're down here and we're up here.
And it's also on the far side of the net as well. So a tricky angle for us as that one goes out of bounds for a Red Devil point. Lexi Dooley, I would say it's still safe to say that if the match, we don't want it to end here in the next 5 or so points, but as it stands right now, I think Lexi Dooley would be our player of the match.
I would have to agree.
That double-double has 14 kills and 15 digs as of now on the live stats. 1, 2, and 3 for the Prairie Fire. Briners with the block, but it comes down on the Red Devils side. Knox is 1 point away from set point. Back to serve Maddie Ferris. I should say 1 point away from match point.
Match point.
Technically set point too, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Dooley, Aaron Holes, and we are on match point. Knox takes the 24-19 lead here in the fifth set. Red Devils need to hold Knox off. One more Knox point and this match is over, as it stands right now anyway. And a service error, point Red Devils, 24-20 now. Still within grasp, but it is still match point. Again, for those unfamiliar with the sport, you have to be up by 2 to still win the set and or match. Swing is over for the Prairie Fire. Dooley digs it out and over. 1, 2, 3 for the Prairie Fire. Here comes the big swing and the match. Our final score, 25, or I should say it this way, 21-25, 25-12, 21-25, and they took the score off. Would it have been 21-25 again, I believe?
Yes, sir.
So, final score, Eureka College drops tonight's match in 4 sets. Before I do, let's hand the sign-off over to you, Nathan. I do want to say thanks to Brian Moore for allowing me to join the broadcast team. And I do also want to say congratulations to tonight's player of the match, Lexi Dooley, the 5'10 senior outside hitter from Sutter, Illinois. Congratulations to Lexi. Yeah. Nathan, the sign-off is yours.
Okay, so Eureka Red Devils dropped the 3-1 non-conference match. We will not see you for approximately a month. However, we have an interesting non-conference football game on Saturday afternoon with your Eureka Red Devils facing the visiting Finlandia football team out of Michigan. This is Nathan Schurtz for Alex Staub saying thank you and good night from beautiful Christine Benatti Bullwinkle Convocation Center and Arena. Thank you and go Red Devils.
We'll see you October 3rd.